So I think I'm interested in pulling the 4th Flare into the main deck and putting the 2nd Airship at the sideboard right now. Um, and then we need to make a cut. And I think I'm interested in playing the 3rd Sackville-Bagginses and cutting the Sephiroth. Maybe, and I think I'm also interested in cutting the Tasters. They haven't felt very good and played the 4th Azog. I think these are changes I'm interested in making. Maybe I'm gonna also cut. I think Fulminator's just. I mean, it's good with Nightmare is the thing, but I think I want to do this. Just play another Break the Ice and play and try to play. Let's try playing 3 Airships. I think Airship is really good when they board in like Rest in Peace and stuff. They're taking the time to cast that, and you just like play the card that just makes the whole game about it instead. Yeah, Airship is for control and Blink and Boros. Turbo Airship is just turn 3 Airship Tower. I guess. I mean, I just don't think it's a main deck Airship format. There's just no room for Overlord. Yeah, I don't think so. Oh, I thought about sideboarding the Overlords and decided I wanted to sideboard the Airships more. Okay, I think this is an acceptable 7 on the draw. Rigby with the 33 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Belichick seems okay, but it's great in the Legacy version. Interesting. Isn't just Sky Energy good like fixed Boros? I think it's like a little early to talk about that deck like it's just fixed Boros. You know, it's like that and Quantum Energy have both been like viable ways to build a deck for like 6 months, and it's I think it's hard to just say that for sure it's better. Like Boros Energy is still a deck that is capable of killing turn 3, is a deck that's capable of playing just like the best sideboard cards, and you get, you know, your mana is better, utility lands are better with Jeskai. But I would say the Jeskai build is viable, just like Boros is still probably somewhat viable. Okay, game 1, Veil of Summered here. We're playing against Neoform. It is nice to have this Flare of Malice against the Neoform. It's nice to be a turn 3 combo deck. It's nice to have the Vexing Baubles. Alright. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, can't get fooled again. Okay, I'll take the Eldritch Evolution. Behold, a Goblin. Goodbye, Mailbox. 11 months. Thank you, welcome back. Kind of optimistic that even if they do find a backup Neoform here, they're really in on these packs. Although I guess they have the Pact of Negation. Maybe I should have taken the Pact of Negation. Not sure. Okay, I guess now I have 2 Flare of Malices up. If we can get them down, if they miss this turn, if they're going to go for Gristlebrand, then they're just dead. I guess they're not just dead. They still get to draw the 7, but they can only draw 7. Okay. And then next turn, they're just dead. Yeah, the Veils are pretty stock in Neoform. Well, it seems like they got something. I think they may be thinking about Summoner's Pacting for Hooting Mandrills. They do cast a Summoner's Pact. They get a Rider. Okay. They pitched a Mandrills and a Summoner's Pact. Okay, they have the Evolution. They may get the black pro white guy. They get a Traxa. So if they just don't find a Consign to Memory here, they die. They do find a Consign to Memory. They also find a Neoform and another Riders. They don't find a land. This is kind of funny. Not really any reason to cast a Flare right this second. Shouldn't you Flare in response to Traxa trigger? I know they already have Pact in their hand, and I know that they're going to... The only card that matters for them to take is Consign. So it doesn't seem like there's really any reason to. And they take Rider, Consign, Neoform. I draw a Stitcher Supplier. I don't think they're going to Pact. Okay, and I find 2 Gravecrawlers, which is kind of nice. So let me go ahead and sack the Supplier to the Flare of Malice so I can fill the yard for Crypt of Agadeem a little bit more, which is relevant because I'm probably just going to hardcast one of these Flare of Malices. Okay, so let's go make 6 mana. Cast a Gravecrawler. They have a second Pact of Negation in their hand. The second Pact of Negation, I guess they have enough to consign the third one. Doing not too bad for... they do have a second Pact, okay. Doing not too bad for someone who got my Thoughtseize Veil summoned. Now, a fourth Pact of Negation, they'd lose the game. Although we know that their hand is consigned Neoform Riders, so it's not like... We just know. So it looks like we're going to win. Is it better to run out the Flare after they play Consign? It's better to attack for 5, and so you can kill them next turn. Like, they're going to play the Consign anyways. It's not like they have to play it X equals 3 here or die, and then they're going to tap out and then just die to my attack. You have perfects? I did have perfects, although... I don't know, you want me to feel bad? Because I do not. Okay, so we're going to play our Vexing Baubles and our Force of Despairs. Going to cut our Azogs, a little bit slow in the matchup, huh? Going to cut the Cling and probably cut Nightmare number 3. Should be a pretty good matchup. Like we're a Thoughtseize, Vexing Bauble, Flare, Force deck that also has a turn 3 infinite combo. Or kill him combo. Can't cast the Flare, although I may be mulliganing this a lot of the times, even if I could. I got the Cursetossers. Yeah, maybe. I mean, they are 1-drops, which is not... They may actually be better than other options still, but they are pretty bad, that's true. Like what card should I have in my deck over the Cursetossers? I guess a Cling to Dust, probably, and a Nightmare. Maybe I wait on the Thoughtseize. So it's a little weird. It's just obviously very bad if my opponent goes Veil into Neoform, and I don't even have the Flare up. Do you think Neobrand is the most unfair deck in the format? If we're talking about unfair in the sense of like what, like it's a deck that's trying to play a bunch of spells for free and combo really fast, and like that typically is like kind of the definition of an unfair deck. Yes. One thing I really like about Neoform is that it folds to 2 different 1-mana artifacts. I think that's kind of fun. Maybe fun's not the right word. So if I go Sackville-Bagginses first, I can put them to 17. It's not really a relevant number. So I think I'm gonna go cast Gravecrawler. Oh, sorry. Cast Flare of Malice. Then Thoughtseize after the Flare resolves. Maybe I can take Consign over Goros. Yeah, so it's like when y'all are talking about unfair versus fair, like Goros is a mid-range deck that plays a Reanimator combo. This is a Glass Cannon combo deck, and so like I don't know exactly what we mean by like fair versus unfair sometimes, but they're different. They're different. They do different things. All right, so see if they have more than 1 consign. They only have 1, but like it's like you know, I really don't mind playing against Neoform so much. I like that the games are fast. I like that the deck is fragile. I like that if you're prepared for it, you're pretty good against it. Oh wait, so they didn't pact. I hate playing against it. Sorry, I for some reason I thought that they pacted. I should have taken this Neoform. That's on me. I hate playing against Neoform. It's really unfair. Maybe I'll play an Azog. I guess yeah, I'll play the Azogs. Okay, so we're up a game. Or sorry, we're in game 3. We'll keep this with the Force of Despair. We can go turn 2. Potentially reanimate something with the Nightmare. We have a Azog in the yard. Although, maybe awkward to play the Trawler, because this is the card I would have liked to pitch to the Force. We play a Scalding Tarn. We draw a copy of Vexing Bauble. It's nice. Maybe a little bit awkward against Veil Summer, and then I can't sack my... or use my Force of Despair, but... I think this turn I'm just going to go cast Vexing Bauble, see if they have a consign for it. Seems like they have something. Maybe they're surveilling. No, they just have the consign. Okay. Okay, so they do have the pact. So they're thinking about what to pitch, of course. They are -1 consign here, notably, too. I guess I could Azog this instead. So Gristlebrand down. And then they did this on their turn, so they do have to discard down to 7 cards. They haven't conceded, so I'm thinking that they likely have a consign in their hand. We have nothing going on, but we do have some good top decks. Apprentice Marionette is lethal, I guess. Sackville-Bagginses is lethal. Jam with the 19 months again, thank you. Yeah, the Supplier is attacking for 2. Okay, funny top deck. So they're going to consign this, I guess. Now they've got 6 cards in their hand. They're at 1 life, so they also have to have like a basic forest in order to Rider Neoform here. So it looks like they're playing Hooting Mandrills instead. And they play the Fight Land tapped. So both of these cards are lethal. Seems like I want to be able to... Okay, great. Okay, let's keep this. I'm excited to go turn 1 Cursetosser, then maybe sack it to the Bagginses next turn. It's kind of fun. We also, I guess, do just have the combo. Maybe I should have played Gravecrawler turn 1, so I always could just sack it to the Bagginses next turn. I guess I could still sack this anyways. They Thoughtseize me. Neoform good, Titan bad, who could know the minus spike? I mean, I don't know how I've contradicted myself, but Neoform is a much more fragile deck, and it's way easier to hate out. The problem with Titan is that the sideboard cards are the good cards against it are all 3+ mana, and instead of 1 mana against Neoform. And the Neoform's also really weak to the Neoform is also really weak to the 0 mana interaction. It's weaker to interaction, which is why I like playing against it more. Which is also, I feel like, been very consistent in my critique of Titan historically, although I don't really feel like Titan is a problem at the moment. I may just play a Trawler this turn. Although they might be playing a Reanimator build. Okay, we'll play the Soultrader. Am I correct that you have the combo deals infinite damage, but to both players? Bagginses only deals damage to opponents. And it's not infinite, though. It's bounded by the amount of times you can sack. I think Game 1 Neoform feels overline of bad fun times. You could dislike Neoform. You're very valid in your dislike of Neoform if you dislike it. I'm just saying. As much as you might dislike, I don't really love either one, but I would rather play a game against Neoform than a game against Titan. They could use the Ephemerate to save Felia instead of the Solitude, maybe. I'm gonna go ahead and sacrifice the Gravecrawler if they have the Ephemerate. They won't get to get another thing. Okay, then they Thoughtseize my other Soultrader, and I draw a Nightmare. Which is more like a Chthonian Dream, I suppose. But I think I want to keep my treasure tokens pretty badly. I'll just go Nightmare Pass. Maybe this is worse against Prismatic Ending. This is worse against creature removal. I guess I could attack for 3. Tapped Water the Grave, 3 cards in their hand. Then they play a Emperor of Bones. Probably going to go after my Cursetosser, right? They go after my Gravecrawler? Okay. So now I can go cast Trawler, exile their graveyard. Get back Cursetosser. I guess I'm gonna play this untap so I can get back the Bagginses and draw a card to kind of keep the momentum running a little bit. Cursetosser killing just like these rares here is so cool. Okay. Yeah, then why don't we go ahead and Thoughtseize them? Take the Riddler. They find another copy of Emperor of Bones. And I imagine they're going to get rid of the Cursetosser this time. They don't, okay. Guess I'm just going to get the higher power toughness. They can't cast the. They needed White Source. Okay, now they can cast the Wisp. They have to fetch Shock to cast Wisp, but they just don't. Okay, they just concede. Nice. Weird game. Weird game. So this is the best matchup in the format for Airship. So I think we should bring it in. And then usually I cut a Gravecrawler and a Soultrader in these kind of matchups. Maybe I can cut an Apprentice. I like how much removal we have. I'm feeling pretty good about our 75 against them. I like the Apprentice having 2 bodies for the Nightmare a lot. I think it's probably a trim, though. Why is Cursetosser vital to the deck? The card's just insanely good. Did you watch this game? It card's really good. It's like kind of the best black 1-drop. I guess I keep this. Really want to draw a black 1-drop. It's just like the best black 1-drop, but you need to be playing a goblins heavy version of the of a deck to be playing it. And so the idea is that Azog playing this card allows you to play enough goblins where you actually get to play the best black 1-drop for your Phyrexian Tower show. Really wish I had one of those 1-drops in this hand so I could go turn 2 Bagginses, turn 3 Airship. I think I'm just going to run this out as a 2-mana 2/2. Notably, Marionette Apprentice would be a lot better. Still is technically a blocker for Felia this turn, I suppose. But they can blink like an Overlord or a Riddler, maybe. I guess if they do that, I can Azog it. But then they're going to have a big ol' thing. Okay, Fatal Push Riddler is really tough. I'm going to play it out. I think I killed a Riddler over the Felia. It's not super clear to me that that's correct. Awesome. How old do you need to be considered an OG? I guess subscribe for 67 months could be the minimum. Okay, we're actually pretty good against Clarion Conqueror as far as Conqueror decks go. Although it's a bit annoying that it's also very good against it's very good against our Airship. Mill a Zog, we mill a Soultrader. Like I can Airship here and have a crew blocker. I guess I just kind of need to instead. I need to draw a Flare of Malice, and I don't draw Flare of Malice. So we'll take maybe another turn. Yeah, Zog Felia is kind of cool. You like kill their thing, then you can blink the token. We'll be on the play for game 3. Yeah, we've got 8 answers to Conqueror, which is nice. Yeah, we can't crew with the Conqueror, which is a problem. But this of all the decks that are really weak to Conqueror, this deck is very good at answering it. Probably better than any other. Okay, I'm gonna keep this, although I don't love that I don't have a Goblin for the Cursetosser yet. But the curve of Supplier to Nightmare is good, and having Crypt and Tower is great. I just love getting these in my mana base. These lands are just so... Oh, damn it. Okay. That is the last land for my hand I would have played on turn 1. Now we're weak to a Thoughtseize. Okay. Did not get Thoughtseize, thankfully. I think Airship is just too slow here. I mean, what are you basing that off of? Because the Blink deck hasn't changed very much, and Airship is it is like I think maybe the best card in Modern against the Blink deck. So like, what's changed from when we were playing a bunch of Blink before to now that's made you feel this way? So we mill a Gravecrawler, we mill a Sackville-Bagginses. I really want to get the I want to get the Cursetosser in play. So I'm hoping to draw a Goblin off of the Nightmare here. Okay. Pretty good. It's just got so punished for this Phyrexian Tower turn 1 too. Not being able to use this mana this turn's tough. I am gonna pass the turn. I'm gonna be thankful I've got a Cursetosser for the Containment Priest. Okay, not the end of the world either. Okay, awesome top deck. So let's go Behold a Goblin. Sack the Cursetosser, kill the Containment Priest. Baggins is the Gravecrawler, draw a card. Play Crypt of Agadeem, and let's just run out the Nightmare so that Thoughtseize on their side is worse against us. Not attack with Gravecrawler first. I should have, but then I was floating the mana, and then I missed my window. Okay, so will they know now to get rid of my Mudbutton Cursetosser, or would they go for Gravecrawler again? I guess they could adapt the Emperor. Okay, they've learned their lesson. I guess I block. So I draw Warren Soultrader. Cast Gravecrawler. Get back the Bagginses. Do they have a second Containment Priest? I guess not. Seems like they have something. We have the combo here. Unless they do something. Okay, they push this. So we'll go sack here. Okay, this is actually kind of cool. Because now I actually get to sack this treasure token and just make another treasure. Because that trigger was on the stack. So now I think they have stopped us from comboing now. So I can go play Gravecrawler, but I'm not gonna be able to Nightmare back the Bagginses. And they're gonna be able to exile the Bagginses here to next turn. So let's just pass back, I guess. We can play Gravecrawler Tower. Tower doesn't ever help when you have Soultrader. It's just the same as sacking the Soultrader. Okay, there's a Clarion Conqueror. Then they're gonna exile the Bagginses. They do turn off their own Emperor of Bones, which is interesting. So they can't attack with it. So it seems like I have a decent attack with my Soultrader. Actually, I'd say just a good attack. They take 3. Love to connive these away. Play land. I did play land. I was short of comboing last turn. I don't know if you're telling me I could have comboed. I'm like 99% sure I couldn't. Did you forgo land jump? I played Crypt of Agadeem last turn. And this turn I didn't play a land because I want to cast this Trawler instead of just legend ruling. One's got 3 cards in their hand over there. Hopefully none of them are ephemerate. Okay. Bad news. Not play second Trawler. I think so. You could sack Gravecrawler, play second Trawler. I think playing the Nightmare is also fine in this spot. Not 100% sure. I drew the 4th tower. We can maybe connive these away at some point. Doesn't seem super duper likely. I think people want me to legend rule tower. At this point, we'll be legend ruling towers if we need mana. They go down to 1 card, and they've got the ephemerate on the rebound. Yeah, I do think if we don't play our tower turn 1, we're probably, or we had a chance to win this game. I don't know if we completely have no chance anymore. Sack the tower. Oh, sorry. Yes, I should have sacked the tower there. Sorry about that. They have 4 cards in their hand. Then going down to 6 is kind of nice. All right, that's going to turn off my Azog ETB. And there's the Azog. Would have been an awesome top deck. Hard to play around Elesh Norn. I think I am going to run it out. I don't know, maybe playing it was bad. I mean, I could also just recur it, is the thing with the Nightmare. They're going to go upkeep Solitude, draw extra card. Okay, well, concede. Tough match. My opponent reveals Kahira. We were kind of weak to Scepter Chant, I guess. Well, I don't know if my opponent is going to want to play, but they just kind of conceded game 1 there. Let me just like bring in these airships. Okay. Well, I just feel like I have to put the hand hider up if someone's, taking this long to draw their opening hand. Maybe I'll take it down. Oh, Walry, not Walshy. Okay, I guess I don't know who Walshy is. Puts on a mold of 6. They keep their 6 card hand. Here is what I kept. Now they're on their upkeep. They've gone Flooded Strand, go. Don't love like the double tap land here. We may draw a swamp. We have the Vault Enter untapped, but always nice to have a supply. Supplier's just like so insane with every single card in my hand. Oh, sorry. So they surveil a meticulous archive. What made you think they're sniping? So whenever let's talk about my rationale a little bit. If I'm sitting here and I have an opponent who's going to take 20, like my opponent's here, they've clicked 1 time already, and then it's 20 seconds before they draw their opening hand, and it's 20 seconds before they take the mulligan. My general thought process is that the value of just putting up the hand hider while they're trying to take their mulligans, it feels like there's a good bit of value there. There's not a lot lost for the stream because it's only down for like a second. That's my rationale. Is that a rationale that makes sense? So they graveyard a copy of Force of Negation there. Yeah, that's why I do. I think that it's just pretty free to put it up for a second just during the mulligan decisions. All right, let's see if this Nightmare resolves. Buy this back. Only 3 creatures in the graveyard after sacking the Supplier. Although we have another Supplier here. Their hand is full of Turbinuses, I guess. Now they have a stop of my draw step. The draw step stops a little weird. So thinking about using Odawara, I guess. This is the card I lose to. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have a lot of mana because I get to sack the supplier to the Warren Soultrader with the Crypt of Agadeem in play. So I think I'm just gonna play to that. You can play through their hand. So they keep a card on top. They do not surveil. Maybe they have a Terminus. Okay, no Terminus. So they play a tap Celestial Colonnade. Are they playing Verdict and Terminus? It's like Prismatic Ending. Okay, I don't know. It's a Fairy Time Raveler. Okay. Could maybe have just sacked this to Flare. I don't think that's probably correct. We've got 6 creatures of the yard. We know they have a spell snare up, so we'll try not to play the Nightmare, although we just have 2 Nightmares in hand, so it's okay if we do. Okay. Well, I'm glad we took the Scepter, I guess. Please, please, please do not attack me with Celestial Colonnade. Please don't do it. They play Odawara, so their hand is Spell Snare, Solitude, Mystery card. Let's go ahead and make 6 mana. Probably will have to... Yeah, I guess we'll just play a Nightmare out first. Trade it for the Snare. We know they've got a Solitude up, so we maybe could do like just a little bit of chilling. Or dirtling. I guess that's the better word. I think I want to get back Supplier. So I can have more mana for next turn. Then we'll go Flare of Malice. And then I think I'll just leave the other Gravecrawlers in the yard. So that I can make more mana with the Crypt next turn. But I didn't build that many more creatures. The Crypt is only making 8 mana next turn. And then like the Solitude is a little bit blanked here. Okay. How did Solving Key settled on 4 of Paradox combo? You can find it in the Mox field. I do feel like I found a version that I liked a lot, but we ended up cutting the Paradox combo. So we don't know any card in their hand. I think we just lead this turn on trying to combo. Yeah, probably just do want to get another Gravecrawler in play. Because if I go sack a Gravecrawler, then they remove the Soultrader amount of zombies, maybe. So this is exactly enough to kill my opponent. They're making me go through it. Now they're doing something. Now they're solituding. Which doesn't do a lot. They exile my Bagginses, which I'll sack for a treasure token. Then I can go... Okay, so they are at 13. Yeah, we still have enough. This is still plenty to kill them. Control, click, trigger, speed. I'm not interested in speed in a spot where my opponent clearly has some kind of interaction, you know? I'm just gonna do it one at a time while they decide when they're going to react. Although now speed doesn't seem to matter very much. But against a blue-white opponent who's not conceding, I'm not trying to automate any of this and making it easier for them to interact with me, you know what I mean? Another good matchup for the airships. Yeah, I think they're just hoping I misclick, which is fine, I guess. Okay, so airships in. I'm pretty weak to Scepter Chant. Maybe just is what it is. I think I'll play a couple Vexing Baubles. I mean, these flares are really bad too. I mean, Cursetossers maybe just has 1 mana, 2/1s. Like, I don't know that I want to play any flares. I mean, flare kills Teferi, I guess. I feel like I would just rather kind of have the Vexing Baubles. Something like this. So the problem with Scepter Chant, or Vexing Bauble against Scepter, is with Orbs Chant they can kick the chant and they spend a mana on it. Could they win by exiling on Solitude? I don't know. We may even still been able to find lethal, but it's not like it wins the game for them there, right? They just don't die. They're still really behind. I want to see a red evil twin version like you played Tuesday with Rag, Cutter, Galvanic Blast. So on that, I've seen like 5 different versions of that deck, and I think they all look worse than the mono blue version I've been playing. I might be wrong, but that's my current take, is that they're worse, and I don't like exactly have an idea on how you're making it better. But if I have an idea, if I have a vision, we could try it. Maybe we just try it. But I also have like 3 other key decks I want to try first, probably, that are interesting and haven't been done. Did people ever play Doomblade in Modern? I think I've played Doomblade in Modern. I mean, I think I played it sometime in like the Murktide era, maybe. I think there was a reason to play Doomblade over like Go for the Throat. Yeah, I see some old lists of the box field with Doomblade, very old. Okay, I mean, let's keep this. I guess I'm gonna put back the Gravecrawler. I mean, it's a 1. I guess I'll put back the Second Apprentice. Oh, the Second Apprentice is so nice with the Nightmare. It's a great draw. They keep a card on top. I think I'm about to get Terminus. Okay, no. That felt like a pause. I guess I'll Terminus the 1-drop, but that was not it. I guess I will bait Counterspell with the Second Apprentice. No, let's play the Bagginses, because if it resolves, I get to go double 2-drop next turn. And if it gets countered, I have the Nightmare to get it back. It took more than Bilbo showing up alive to convince some that he was not in fact presumed dead. Okay, there's the Terminus. So goodbye, sweet Gravecrawler. Feels like a little bit of overkill. I don't like this draw step stuff. This draw step pause every turn. Where's that flavor text? So I believe that these are Bilbo's extended relatives who are trying to loot his house after he's been gone on adventure for a while. And like he's been gone adventuring so long, he's presumed dead, and so these are his family members trying to loot his house. Another Terminus. All right, let's do any order on these. Can you reveal miracle cards and not cast them? Yeah, because you could you can like stifle the Terminus trigger. Your opponent can stifle it and stop it from happening. Okay, and then as now it's an upkeep stop, an upkeep chant. And then as soon as I've commented on my dislike of the draw step stuff, it's now an upkeep stop. I think I'm just gonna put up the head hider just for my own sanity. I don't know what's going on. I don't necessarily think anything's going on, but for my own peace of mind, I'm gonna keep this up here. Jace the Mind Sculptor. Wow. So I should have thought they were gonna have that in there. See if they have a third terminus they just put on top. They have a Rest in Peace, which is pretty hard to beat. Although we are, I guess, 2-0 against Rest in Peace. Or I guess, no. We were 1-1 against Rest in Peace today. So they do Brainstorm again. Maybe running the risk of not finding an answer to the board and losing the Jace. They kind of have to find like Opt Terminus or Prismatic Ending. Solitude, I guess, works. I guess they can kick Orm's Chant. I think I'm gonna go to game. I think I'm gonna go to game 3 here. Re-sideboard a little bit. Yeah, I think I'm gonna play 1 Azog, 2 Cursetosser, 3 Flare of Malice, and then click submit. Yeah, it's nice that this does get through Rest in Peace. The token's dying. I do think our build is a little bit better against Rest in Peace with the being more on this card. One needs to click on their Kahira. Success. Gonna mulligan this one lander. How am I only up 3 minutes on the clock? We may never know. Alright, they keep 7. Okay, was not expecting a 1-land Orm's Chant keep. See if they have a Spell Snare. I revealed a Warren Soultrader with the Behold there. Let's get Terminus. Kind of feels like they kept a hand with Rest in Peace. So we'll see if they rip the land for Rest in Peace / other 2-drop, or if they just keep getting stuck. Alright, they continue to be a little stuck. They can Prismatic Ending the Cursetosser, though. They Solitude the Apprentice. They pitched a copy of Prismatic Ending. I have some options, but I think that the best option is just going to be slam a Phoenix Fleet Airship. They find another land, but it does enter tapped. And then they keep a card on top, so almost definitely another land. Do they have another copy of Orm's Chant, maybe? So let's make a servo. Let's crew the airship. Let's sack the servo to tower to trigger the airships, and let's Thoughtseize our opponent. They do have the Rest in Peace. At this point, I'm not convinced Rest in Peace matters. They did keep a card on top. Scepter doesn't matter, I think. Matters a little bit, I guess. Yeah, I think I'll just take the ending. I would take Scepter. It's just I kind of with my hand I kind of need the I need them not ending the Apprentice. Like even if they go Scepter Chant, if they kept Chant on top and they go Scepter Chant, they have to top deck a white source. So they have to go runner, and I just win. Sorry, I just win. If they go Scepter here, I just go Soultrader crew. So a Scepter doesn't seem to matter. And so they've kept they're keeping Counterspell up so that they can. Oh, they're just losing the game. Okay. GG. Counterspell up did keep them alive. Scepter matters and they've run Reliance. No, they just lose. If they just played Scepter last turn, they died. The game was over. Okay, let's well go in the 0-lander. Keep this, I guess. Put back the second Bagginses. Would be a lot better as a Marionette here, of course. I think I'm a big hater of the first day of class combo, but maybe it makes sense. Not convinced that it's better than playing Grimgully, although it's a third color. All right, I have to take this Dothy Voidwalker, I suppose. So this is there is blue mana here. They keep a card on top. I draw Supplier, so I guess I'm going to play Supplier this turn. Cycle the Cling end of turn. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to Cling in response. I'm happy if they take the Cling. There's also a lot of learned cards to play. It's interesting. Might be better than I think. It is cool that Putrid Goblin is just kind of a fine card to play in the deck. Okay, again, I think I'm okay if they take the Cling and they obviously take the Soultrader. Seems like they're maybe thinking about solituding for a second. Gonna play this out. They're a Thoughtseize deck. So hand is Hallowed Fountain, Ephemerate, Ketramos, and then 2 mystery cards. Possibly they've got a Solitude. Psychic Frog, which is going to go great with that Ketramos. Unless we draw Flare of Malice. We draw a Phyrexian Tower. So I think I'm going to sack here, see if I can find a Thoughtseize or a Flare off the Cling to Dust. Oh, sorry. I need to target my own graveyard because of the frog. So I'm targeting the Thoughtseize 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looking for Thoughtseize or Flare. You can't always get what you want. Is Cursetosser the only Goblin synergy? Yes, we had the take it instant or sorcery from their hand. We cut that, so I guess now it's only that. Got whittled down a bit. Sideboard needs work, but yes, having tutor options was definite. Turn 3 seems good. Yeah, maybe. I don't know that you could play Grimgully also. There's also a 2-mana black enchantment that combos. Maybe that's worse than first day of class, but you can play it preemptively. You can play it preemptively instead of needing to cast it the same turn. That's kind of what I dislike about first day of class is how mana intensive it is. So Flare of Malice does still kill Ketramos if we can find one. They have an Ephemerate up. They may Ephemerate the frog right now just to like draw a card. Wouldn't be very strong. Oh, they Solitude Ephemerate. Okay, let's go to game 2. Yeah, Thran Vigil. I was actually looking at it for this deck this morning, so it's, I guess, a little bit on my mind. All right, another great matchup for the airships. Kind of weird that's been happening so much. The Cursetossers should be pretty okay. I guess they don't kill Voidwalker. They'll kill Felia if they're playing Felia, which, I mean, maybe they aren't. The Azog should be pretty good, though. Let's keep them in. Let's go down 1, 2. No, I guess I'll trim a Bagginses here. Maybe we do want to go back down to just 2 of these, even though they've been pretty good. Okay, on the play. Keep. Pretty good hand. Yeah, I haven't seen Ketchamos in a while either. The haste gives it gives some Salt Sexy Fizzle. Yeah, that's something. It's also gets discounted by Ruby sometimes. I don't love that it's a plan B that also requires that you have an alive prospector, because that's if you have an alive prospector, you're usually just doing pretty good. I mean, this card's not very good against me, so I guess I'll take the Inquisition. Play if I Strand, and then they're going to have a very painful turn 1. Did it get decided Ketchros power level was too low, or did the meta push it out? When Ketchros was printed, it was, I think, really good, and then Quantum Riddler got printed as like the main card advantage engine you want to be playing as your plan and Blink. And so we get Thoughtseize bugged. It's great. So like, I mean, I think it was more so that Quantum Riddler got printed than the metagame pushed it out. It was just more so that a better card got printed. Speaking of the Riddler, so no easy top deck Gravecrawler for the win here. I think I am just going to cast the Soultrader this turn, knowing that their hand's kind of weak. Yeah, Ketchamos needs a lot of like deck building to enable, and it is really powerful when you do that. And then Quantum Riddler just, it's enablers you're already playing anyways, and it's better to draw naturally, and you have like better nut draws with it too. Good thing this was March and not Prismatic Ending. I could always turn a creature into a treasure token, so I think I should sack the treasure token instead of the creature. I think that makes sense. Gonna be a classic Ashiok denim board. Well, looks like we're going to game 3. Will Ashiok survive another game in the deck? I feel like they may board it out after its performance here. I like that they decided to play it anyways and get some info though. That's discipline. Okay, let's go to game 3. I like having Flare a lot. I like having Airship a lot. Yeah, I like this hand a lot. Let's keep. They are a very discard heavy version of the deck. It's nice that this dodges these cards both does Inquisition, I guess. I found Ashiok to be slow versus Druid. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, Ashiok has always been like good against Titan and like not that good against anything else. I think I'm gonna play this tapped here. I guess playing this, I guess it's bad if I draw a Curse Toss. Oh, I have another Goblin in the hand, of course. Okay, I like drawing this. I'm gonna play the tower so that if they have March, I can save my Gravecrawler. Is Riddler self-excellent to catch most inefficient synergy or just greedy? Usually you don't want your card draw engines to just draw more cards with each other. I mean, at least ones that are this high mana intensity. Like, it's nice that synergy exists, but like both of these are just very powerful card draw engines. You don't really need to like maximize them. So I may just play Azog this turn instead of tapping out for the Airship, although the Airship seems tough to beat. And then they could also have Ephemerate for the Voidwalker, which is not ideal. I guess I could have attacked with the Gravecrawler first. So now they can block. what is my tech against Devoted Druid? I mean, I'm playing Cursetosser, Flare of Malice, Azog. I also have a fast combo deck. So I think we're just kind of doing fine against them. We just have a lot of good removal and fast combo. What is this platform you're playing on? This is Magic Magic the Gathering Online. It's older than Arena, and this allows you to play older formats like Modern, which is what we play on this channel. Has a better economy than Arena, I think, too. It's uglier, but we love it anyways. Does Force coming against Druid? Yeah, I would play Force of Despair for sure against Devoted Druid. They double creature a lot. Okay, good Flare of Malice. Although they know I've got the Flare of Malice. They keep a card on top with the Mortuary. We can attack with both and then sack to Flare whichever one they block, maybe? I think I'd just rather sack the Gravecrawler. I see you run Clean to Dust pretty often. You can explain why you like it, why it's good. So the first copy is very low opportunity cost to include. Like even if you're playing against a deck that is fast and doesn't care about the graveyard, it's just 1 mana cycle or 1 mana gain 3 life, which is like the floor that's really really high. Like it's never truly like a bad card. But and then and then like in a deck like this, you have like a lot of self mill with Stitcher Supplier, so you can like mill it over, and then all of a sudden, wow, I've milled over my my Clean to Dust. I get some extra value from that. And then this deck also plays Crypt of Agadeem, so you have a lot of extra mana. So when you mill it over incidentally, all of a sudden you could just keep escaping and draw a lot of cards. And so it's flood insurance that has very low opportunity cost to include. It's also kind of the same for mid-range and control decks. Just that first copy is cheap, and then you get in the late game you just get to start escaping it, and it doesn't cost you very much to include. All right, so 2 more airships coming in. We have lethal next turn just with double crew, and then assuming they can't get rid of both of my creatures and I don't top deck a creature, we can become the Phoenix King for the first time in a while and just have 8 airships in play. My opponent has a Gravecrawler that they could cast up the Voidwalker. We'll see if they choose to do that. Probably one of, if not the only, correctly balanced escape cards. You know, when Cling to Dust was first printed, because of Cling to Dust, I thought that you could respond to Uro and Kroxa and just escape cards by exiling them in response. I thought it was an activated ability, not a spell you're putting on the stack. And I'm like, okay, escape is good, but you get blown out with Cling to Dust. I'm like, this is why they're printing it, is to blow out the other escape cards. And I'm like, that's really good design. And then I play against Jabberwocky and Pioneer, and I have a Scavenging Ooze in play. He's got an Uro in the graveyard. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wait for him to activate Uro's ability. And then he did it. I'm like, and then I realized that was not at all how it worked, and I was very disappointed. Okay, Wrath X equals 4 is very good here. And I don't even get to keep my Gravecrawlers. Brutal. I guess we're going to hold this. I guess I'm going to hold this to connive away, maybe. They've got 2 cards, I've got 2 cards. Do I wait to get a little bit more value? I think there's a pretty good chance they've got Solitude, so I don't mind waiting like another draw step. Yeah, it seems like they've got a Solitude. Okay, seems like we got really rewarded for our decision to wait here. Get Lightning Helixed. They play a Delta. See if they have another Solitude. Another Wrath. Have you no shame. So I can kill the Solitude, give them a 3/3. Then I can sack the Azog. I think I'm going to do that. That seems quite efficient. You're telling me. Would love to draw a Nightmare. I guess we had Nightmare last game and then didn't need it. Not a bad draw, I guess. Do they have a 4th Surveil land? They don't. They're top decking. I think we're a little bit ahead at the moment, although they do have this 3/3 that we gave them. You're welcome, opponent. Uh-oh. Okay, just a Prismatic Ending, not too bad. We could have sacked the treasure token for 1 damage, but with the I guess we don't want to do that because the Apprentice is going to give me a damage off of it anyways. We don't have another zombie in play or in the yard to get a little bit of value with the Gravecrawler. Although we are now winning this race. They're top decking. They're going to think about it, then they don't attack. I guess that's good news. So we draw a Sackville-Bagginses. I think I'm going to sack the Gravecrawler since the treasure tokens are just pretty valuable. Yeah, they're just pretty valuable. And I suppose there's no harm in conniving. Let's connive on our 2/2, so maybe it's big enough to attack into the army. Okay, it's going to be big enough. So this is worth 4 damage right now. If I attack with the servo token, we're dealing. We get them to an even life total, I guess, which is kind of nice. Yeah, we could basically put them to 1. I think we just have Phyrexian Tower in play though, so let's not make that attack. They just draw a Verge. I love games like this too. They're just really scrappy down to top decks. All right, and we win. Well, I guess they have a card in their hand, but we probably win. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go target my Bagginses and then just get my 4 damage right now. And then this is lethal on the stack, and then we also can respond with like Phyrexian Tower sack. Maybe bad to put all these triggers into a consign. I don't know. Okay. So we got back-to-back 4/1s with this deck, which is pretty cool. I want to thank Bathrobe King for the 40 months. Cool deck. I think there's a lot of different ways you could go with this. I'll say that I think I liked having only 2 Bagginses. The first league we only had 2. This league we had 3. The card was good, but multiples was really bad. I think, and also Apprentice giving you multiple bodies is really important for Nightmare. So I'd probably play the 4th copy again over the 3rd Bagginses. But the card was good. Better than I thought. Possible we want to be we could also go maybe play a main deck Airship version. I did like Azog. Maybe you don't need to play 4, but Azog letting you play Cursetosser, and Cursetosser was really, really good, I thought. This was really, really nice. Back to back, how's the Arcana free match? Okay, sorry. 4/1 into 3/1. We're about 3 hours in. Let's go ahead and get started on the backup deck, which I have to rent again. Yeah, we did open a